Obidient members slammed Akpabio, the Senate president, after he criticized Peter Obi. He even went as far as comparing his own achievement to Peter Obi's achievement, saying that for someone who is dealing with internal crisis within their party, that he should first of all solve the crisis that they are facing in Labour Party before even attempting to become the president. That if he's unable to solve a crisis in Labour Party, how is he going to be able to solve a crisis when he becomes the president? Now we are hearing back from Obidient members, criticizing Akpabio in return. Before we delve right into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, that we will encourage to keep giving you more reliable and authentic news. And also, YouTube is able to recommend this video to other YouTube viewers all around the world. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. The Obidient Movement has criticized Senate President Akpabio over recent remarks targeting Peter Obi's leadership. Akpabio had mocked Peter Obi for failing to resolve internal disputes within the Labour Party, questioning his capability to lead a country as complex as Nigeria. But in a swift rebuttal, the Obidient Movement accused the Senate President of hypocrisy and lacking self-restraint. In a statement released on Saturday and made available in Okoye, the group's director of strategic communication and media, Nana Kazaure, alleged that the crisis in the Labour Party is being deliberately fueled by the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC), which he said is shielding the ousted Labour Party National Chairman, Julius Abure, with state security. Kazaure said it is no surprise that the 10th Senate under Senator Akpabio's leadership has been widely condemned as the worst in Nigeria's history. His lack of discretion in speech and absence of self-control are already well known. She described Akpabio's comment as an embarrassing low, especially given that the Labour Party's internal matters had already been settled in court. Kazaure stressed that the Supreme Court had ruled against Abure's claim to the party's leadership. Rather than respect the court's ruling, the APC continues to embolden the legal claimant by providing him with state security. Akpabio's attempts to portray Mr. Obi as overwhelmed by a party crisis is not only disingenuous, but hypocritical, the statement reads. Kazaure further argued that the true crisis lies not within Labour Party, but in the shameless interference of APC, which she says is manipulating the situation for political gain. She concluded by affirming Obi's integrity and record of public service, stating that Akpabio can neither match nor diminish Obi's achievements. What are your thoughts and opinions? Let's hear them in the comment section below. What do you all think of this? Before we go, guys, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. Yahaya KBJ says, I never see a useless Senate president like Akpabio. So useless. Cosmas says, imagine a Senate president reducing himself to a wordless citizen. Some people lack shame. Wallahi. Stan Egul says, Akpabio is the most useless Senate president in Nigerian history. Infinite Circle responded to the comment by saying, you want to know, go to Abia and ask the citizens and stop using stupid propaganda of APC and Omokri, who is jobless, to reason. Fact says, see them with their diluted thinking. Even a political blindness knows that Akpabio was far better than Obi in everything. Akpabio was a former PDP member before moving to APC, a former governor, former senator, former NDDC chairman, and equivalent to minister. What did he do as NDDC chairman? He was, Have you forgotten the scenario of off your mic, live on television where millions upon millions of Nigerians were watching? Have you forgotten his antecedent as NDDC chairman? And you are saying he was the chairman. Is that an achievement? Abi, the impacts he made while in office. It's the impact they make while in office that we should point at as achievements, not the occupation of opposition. The mere occupation of opposition is not an achievement. It is how much you have impacted the lives of people while you're in office. That is what you should count as an achievement, not, the positions that you have occupied. Okay, now he's the Senate president, but take a look at the sexual harassment allegation left, right, and center. Anyway, moving on. The comment says an equivalent to minister, a serving Senate president with a core command and control. All of these he achieved it in two parties. Core command and control, but in mouth they draw like okra. Is that core command and control? Moving on. Obi from APGA to PDP and from PDP to Labour Party. Why trying to SDP now? A two-term governor in APGA and a minister in PDP. Can your blind followers tell us anything about him than political ranting? Even Obi failed to recognize his regional coordinator part. He always blames APC for his party misfortune, as if ACN and CPC are not ones and opposition parties before. Now, this is not to make Peter Obi has been a saint, because I always say this, all of these politicians are the same. All of them are the same. Once before they get into office, they behave like saints, as if, they are like, is he an eagle, or what's the most innocent bird on earth? They behave like a dove, yeah. They behave like a dove, like they are saints, they are the savior that has come to rescue Nigerians. But as soon as they get into office, then you see the other side. But having said all of that, this person seems to be, comparing Peter Obi to Akpabio, as if Akpabio has achieved a lot because he has occupied different positions. But I want to put it to you, the controversy surrounding Akpabio, Peter Obi do not even have half of those kind of controversy. He does not have quarter. He does not have a quarter of it. Tell me, what's the relevance? What's the usefulness? If it were to be okay, let me finish my statement. What's the usefulness of occupying position and you are not impacting lives and all you're known for are negative stuff? If it were to be in a sinner climb, like in a country where people actually follow the constitution and the rules and the regulations of a country, it should be behind bars. That is exactly where it should. It shouldn't even be the Senate president to start with. It shouldn't even be a senator. Have you forgotten that recently an electoral officer, an INEC official, who announced Akpabio as the winner, is now facing court. Is now facing court now. Is facing accusations in court that he announced falsely, a professor. But now, because he had already made the announcement and that is gone, Abi, it is the professor that is having to, dance to the music. I wish he can mention names of people who bribed him to actually do what he did. The case is still in court now. He's going to be sentenced soon. And this is a man who announced Akpabio as the winner in his constituency. But Akpabio is still occupying the position while the professor is, battling court cases. Esther says, yes, so the most clueless and the most reckless Senate president, he ran to APC after embezzling money, and his sin was forgiven. You see what I was talking about yesterday, that most of these people, they have an ulterior motive of defecting. It might not just only be, to run away from court cases and EFCC. There might be other reasons. Like I said, they usually discuss terms and conditions before they go. Take a look at those 3 senators from Kebbi State who are planning to defect. They have not announced their defection yet, but Ganduje took them to meet Bola Ahmed Tinubu to discuss, to have a meeting. And what are they discussing? It's the terms and conditions. They're supposed to announce this week Tuesday, I mean. In 2 days' time, they are going to announce their defection. They have not announced yet, but why do they need to meet with the president before the announcement? Because they needed to discuss terms and conditions. It is not just only the reason why these people defect is not just only because they are running away from EFCC or court cases. There are other reasons. They want to win. They are vying for position, and so on and so forth. Another comment we have here from Maxim says, because he refuses to give bribes, is the hungry lions in the party. Then lastly, from Adeolu Femi says, that's what you see when you put a toddler in an adult casing in a sensitive position. Exactly. This is Akpabio, I would say, is an adult, the only adult I've seen that does not have control with their mouths, that would just open mouth and see anything. Let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.